Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 57 of our Hampden Midlothian save, our bid to take them to the top of Scottish football. And today it's a huge episode because we face Motherwell in the last game of sort of the regular season, let's call it, of the Scottish Premiership. And then we face them again, this time at Hampden Park, for a place in the Scottish Cup final. That's going to be huge, but let's start by having a look back at how we've gone since last episode, starting with our game against Dundee. Dimitri Mitchell opened the scoring with a stunning free kick. But not to be outdone, Sean Clare ripped the ball into the back of the net with 15 minutes to go to secure the points. So this was a good game, we controlled the game, it was a good performance. Mitchell and Clare with the goals, two screaming goals by the way as well, weren't they? But yeah, you can see there, we more or less dominated the game. The highlights were, we were in control. It says they had a few shots there, but certainly we didn't see them in the highlights. So that was all well and good. After this we went and played Partick Thistle. Dimitri Mitchell was at it again, opening the scoring with a great free kick. O'Connor and Coping combined from a corner for our second, before Mitchell turned provider, crossing for Hartford to head home. Uche scrambled home a fourth from a corner, before Clare added a fifth at the second attempt from a Glover cross, while Turnbull rounded off the scoring from the penalty spot. So there we go, a dominant performance at home. 6 different goal scorers as well, which was nice, isn't it? Mitchell, Coping, Hartford, Uche, Clare and Turnbull. And look at that, we absolutely smashed them. They really did have a bad day at the office, didn't they? So, yeah, nice little padding of the goal difference as well. So that was nice and important as well. And finally, we played St Mirren. Uche opened the scoring, latching onto a perfect Glover through ball. St Mirren equalised late with a stunning strike. But Coping popped up from a corner to give us back the lead before a late own goal sealed the win. And we almost paid the price in this one, didn't we, for some poor finishing. A stunning goal from them to draw level, but Uche Coping and then the own goal at the end as well. We deserved to win the game. There's no doubts about that. It was only poor finishing that was going to cost us, and like I say, it oh so nearly did. But it didn't in the end. We got their job done, and what that all means for the league table is Celtic beat Rangers for us. So that means that they basically lost their game in hand. They are still 6 points back. But we have to play Rangers and Celtic at least, don't we? Well, we do have to play them both in the sort of the split when that comes up. So we still have an inferior goal difference to Rangers. We're going to need to take points off at least one of them to make sure that we can see the job through. So it's going to be tight. Now, since last episode, we've also had our youth intake, and we have got a very, very special player on our hands here. We already know Robbie Taylor's coming through, and we'll probably look to see him in the first team, perhaps even as soon as next year. But Anthony Taylor, we've got one for the left side now as well. 16 years old, absolutely stunning prospect, already dribbling of 10, good physically. So yeah, we've got we've got 2 for the right, because Neil McStay's not half bad either. So we keep producing through the academy. As long as we can do that, we're always going to be half a chance. I mean, just see the other guys here. We have Johnny Nelson, again, a good prospect on the left. Andrew Atkinson, I think you'd pronounce that, a central midfielder. And Fraser Sharp as well, who's a decent-looking striker coming up through the system. He should probably be up in the under... I will leave him here for this year, but he's going to be called up soon as well. So yeah, we're still producing the youngsters, which is important. Now, there was some comments last time about some of our old favourites. Now, Christian Chu was the main one. We've seen a few of the... they all play for Rangers, it seems like. But Christian Chu, I haven't actually seen myself. He is at Crystal Palace now. Did we know that? Maybe we did know he signed for Crystal Palace. 8.5 million. So he's in the Premier League and he's doing okay. I wouldn't say he's a star in the Premier League. Do we have him shortlisted? We should probably shortlist him. You never know. We just might be able to get him back. But yeah, he's at the Premier League. He's doing okay there. He's on 28 grand a week, so we probably can't afford him. But there we go. That's one of the old favourites. We've seen Middleton. The Wizard is still at Hull. He's not doing particularly well there, but was it Porter? I can't even remember his name now. But anyway, we'll see what happens in the summer. I would like to get some of these guys back that have been really good for us in the past, but we'll see. We'll just see how that plays out. But let's worry about that later. Let's go have a look at what we're expecting here from Motherwell. We are the favourites, heavy favourites. They are struggling down. They're in a relegation battle with St Mirren and Partick Thistle. So it's not going to be easy, but it's a game we should probably win, and we need to win, as I said, because Rangers are not going away. David Moyes is their manager these days. Apparently he's also Northern Irish. I didn't know that about him. Balanced mentality, direct playing style. We can see the way they're lining up there. It's very, very defensive, so hopefully we can do similar things to what Rangers did to them last time out. Let's have a look at the team that we are sending out, though. You can see very direct they're playing, aren't they? So it's Teddy Smith in goal. It's Mitchell, O'Connor. It's Coping and Johnson as a back four. It's Cochrane and Turnbull in midfield. It's Glover, Jones and Clare, who's found a little bit of goal-scoring form lately, which is good. And we're going to go with Innes Cameron up front, partly to give Uche a rest, and partly because he hasn't been scoring really that many goals. I wouldn't say I'm worried about Uche, but, you know, the goals he has scored have been... There was sort of the one that he got against St Mirren, but otherwise they've been sort of scrappy goals from corners and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned. And we do, of course, have the semi-final coming up next, so we want to make sure players are fresh for that as well. That's the main reason why Lewis Hartford isn't playing this one as well. It gives Curtis Jones a chance to get some match sharpness because he's just coming back from injury, as is Innes Cameron as well, to be fair. So it gives them a bit of match practice, and also, you know, just rests a couple of players ahead of the semi-final coming up. And it feels like the sort of game we should be. Here goes Mitchell again from a free kick. Oh, into the wall that time. He has 8 goals this year. He's going again. Is it a penalty? No, it's hacked clear. And are we going to get to that? This might be a little bit of trouble here, actually. Boys, concentrate, please. Concentrate. We've got men back, but they're still going. They're going from side to side as well, which is troubling. Ball comes in. Mitchell's there, and he can't stop it. And we're 1-0 down. We're 1-0 down to one of the worst teams in the league. And that is, needless to say, not ideal. There's no need to panic. We have shown we've got goals in us. But, I mean, it was definitely direct, wasn't it? Just side to side. It was nicely worked, to be fair to him. And Mitchell is actually cleared it into the defender. That's unlucky. Is that just a sign that it's not going to be our day? It's one of these where we really can't afford to drop points because I'm really, really worried about Rangers. They are coming up fast. We're really struggling to beat either of the Glasgow teams this season. Oh yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. Let's try to demand more here. We're essentially dominating the game again. Here we go from a corner. Cochrane knocks it in. It's one of the centre-backs there. Oh, it's gone for Clare. Bobby Coping again on the end of things. It's like he's discovered how to score from a corner. I think he's actually hit the post, and then Clare's been there to knock in the rebound from the post. Let's have another look at it. It was a good header from Coping. No, Clare is there. Clare looks like he's maybe headed it once off the post, and it's come back to him. He's got it in the second time of asking. But 9 goals this year now for Sean Clare. He's quietly putting together a nice little tally. And we're back on level terms. Here we go now. Darnell Johnson. We go for Jones, looking for Cameron. It's not the best pass we've seen. It's a little bit more patience needed there. Can we win that ball? Oh, it's easy for O'Connor. Lays it off for Mitchell. A little bit narrow there, Dimitri. Maybe look for the wing. Here we go with Jones. Jones running through the middle, out for Glover. Glover cuts in. Glover goes again. It's fallen for Curtis Jones, and he puts it in the back of the net. 11 goals this year now for Curtis Jones. And we've turned things around. Very nicely done, boys. Let's maybe go back off attacking now. We don't want to... We'll tell them to demand a bit more, but we don't want to attack unnecessarily here. We do just need to keep getting the 3 points. Glover did really well. Cut inside there. The tackle has... I mean, maybe he should have gone out wide, to be honest. Are we exploiting the flanks? We are exploiting the flanks, so we really should have followed my instructions there. But it ended well, so we'll take it and run. A good goal there. Good finish from Curtis Jones. And another highlight. Can we win that? We can with Coping for Glover. Down for Jones. Can he find Cameron in the middle? He's got Clare at the back post. It's headed clear. It's out there for Glover again. Glover! Oh, that's a good finish. And we're cooking with gas now. 7th goal this year for Glover. And we are looking much, much better. Much, much better, boys. We'll give it another demand more. We won't praise them just yet. But how did Glover score that goal? He's out there. Look at the... How has he got in there? I guess it... Yeah, it just kind of fell to him, didn't it? And keeper should have done much, much better there. I don't even know that he was being screened. Certainly not that badly anyway. And again, we've scored a goal. Again, it's 3-1, and this is looking good now. Cameron not having his best game, but as long as the other guys are doing the job, we can kind of carry him for a bit while he gets his match sharpness back. Turnbull is not having a good spell of the season just lately. When the team's playing well, he's playing... I just didn't check the scores there. When the team's playing well, Turnbull's playing well, but he's not... What's the word? Like he's a bit of a flat track bully, perhaps is the term I'm looking for. So he is in danger of losing his spot. When we have Dominguez on the bench, that's you've got to be playing well. So we'll see how he does this second half, but he is in danger of losing this his spot in the lineup for Hampden to Dominguez, I think. Because we also have what's happened there? It's a goal kick. We also, of course, have Hickey, we have Andy Irving, we have a lot of midfield options. So if someone is just having a bit of a bad spell, we don't have to carry them. Yeah, I think I might actually take Turnbull off. We'll see how this goes. The thing that is good with him is that if Brophy's not on the field, Turnbull's a really good penalty taker as well. Here goes Dimitri Mitchell. Dinked it in, black post. Oh, what has the goalkeeper done there? That is just embarrassing. Glover looks like he doesn't... Well, he looks like he's celebrating just fine, but he should be a little bit embarrassed to celebrate that. It's another assist for Dimitri Mitchell, but to be honest, the assist on that one goes to the goalkeeper, doesn't it? It was a decent ball in. Mitchell, too much space. It's dinked in, and I tell you what, if this is what Moyes has got to work with, he's going to struggle to keep Motherwell up, isn't he? Because they look a poor team. And it looked so good for him at the start as well, didn't it? All right, so let's take Turnbull off. We'll bring on Inaki Dominguez. I want to leave Innes Cameron out there. Is there anybody else? Maybe Mitchell for Taylor with the game done. And maybe let's give Darnell Johnson a rest as well. Keep the fullbacks looking fresh. Complacency, don't like that, Mr. What's-your-face, Cameron. Dominguez knocks it in. Cameron's there, and maybe if you weren't so complacent, mate, would have directed that on target. I haven't seen any other scores come back. I would love for Rangers to drop points here. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be nice. I think I didn't check the scores foolishly at half-time. I was sort of too happy clicking through to get to the team talk. But I think I saw Celtic with 0-0, and it might have been with Aberdeen. But Celtic's gone. I mean, we're not going to catch them. It's Rangers that I'm worried about. So if they could drop points here, that would be fantastic. Claire's is a nice little bit of passing. Dominguez! Oh, he looks to bend one. And I tell you what, it wasn't a mile away either, was it? Considering I was quite nervous when we went behind, but we've come back quite well here. Let's give him some praise. Hopefully they won't concede here. If we got back to 4-2, it'd just be a little bit nervy. But with only 5 minutes to go, again, it should be fine. We shouldn't have too much to worry about. The main thing, of course, is just goal difference. You never know that, that 1 or 2 goals. We're only 5 behind Rangers right now, so goal difference could be important for us if we end up level on points. Mackay, I tell you what, that would have been a special if it gone in, wouldn't it? So yeah, we'll just kind of see her out from here. Look forward to Hampden now. I'm thinking roughly the same lineup that started. I will probably give, having seen Cameron in this game, I probably will give Uche the start. That's not the best from Claire there, mate. We'll probably give Uche the start. We will bring Hartford back in. I think, I tell you what though, Glover and Curtis Jones have done quite well here. And Hartford's been doing okay, but not setting the world alight. Maybe we just go with this team and we'll just stick Uche up front. Keep Hartford on the bench if we need him. I may have just talked myself into that, but that's a good solid win in the league. Happy with that. We'll give them, it actually has to be complacent, doesn't it? Don't get complacent, and on we go. So there we go, Hearts hammer Motherwell. We'll take that and run. Gulliver was just brilliant again. He's much better on the right, I think, than the left, isn't he? But if we do have a look at the other results here, not only did Celtic drop points, which is annoying they're doing that now, but so did Rangers at home to Dundee United. That gives us an 8-point gap now. So if we can beat Aberdeen, Inverness and Hamilton, it doesn't matter what happens against Celtic and Rangers, we will finish the season second. So that is that's a real big stuff up from Rangers, to be fair. That has opened the door for us massively. But guys, wait right there. We'll be back. We're off to Hampden Park. Can we make the Scottish Cup final? Okay, welcome back. We're about to go off to Hampden Park. We can see we are the favourites for this one, but before we get to that, there is the draw that's happened for the split. Now, we have been absolutely royally screwed here. We're playing Celtic and Rangers both away from home, despite having already played them both away from home twice. There and there, away from home. Rangers at home, Celtic at home, and then right back to the start of the year, away from home and away from home. That is absolutely BS as far as I'm concerned. We've had to play both the Glasgow teams away from home 3 times. And I'm not happy about it, to be honest. I'm really not happy about it. But we can't do anything about it, I guess. But we're playing Motherwell again. We know what to expect from them because we've literally just played them. And this is the team we're sending out. More or less the same team, just with 1 or 2 changes. So Smith in goal, Mitchell, Coping, O'Connor and Johnson as a back 4. Cochrane and Dominguez does come in for Turnbull for this one. It's Glover. I did go with Jones over Hartford and Clare, and Uche comes back in up top. Yeah, I mean, we just saw what we did to them. It'd be a shame not to win this one, wouldn't it? So they have changed up the way they're playing a little bit. Now, that's not completely unexpected, but strange. That looks more open, doesn't it? As if they might go for us, so there's got to be more space there. We're on a good run. We're the favourites. Just relax. Let's just go with relax. It's a big game. We're at Hampden Park. There's a chance to reach a final. just relax and do your thing, boys. The one thing that makes me a little bit nervous about this is the striker, and they got those two number 10s. That does make me a little bit nervous. I'm hoping that we will just be able to, well, we have better players, so we should be able to, all they're doing basically is leaving a space to attack into behind that. But if we make mistakes, we might pay a price. There's a good ball from Mitchell. What can he do? Mitchell walks it in. Mitchell, oh, what a strike from Dimitri Mitchell. What a season he's having. Number 9 for the season from a left back. Not to mention the assist that he just reins in as well. Less than a minute in, and we're 1-0 up. And it's a really, really good goal from Dimitri Mitchell. Good ball from Cochrane to find him in space, but look at this. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3rd touch is just a bullet into the back of the net. What a goal from Dimitri Mitchell. What a signing he has been as well. We had him on loan for a couple of years, of course, from Manchester United. Then we snapped him up on a free transfer, and he's done really, really well for us. This is a little bit of danger here, though. Oh, that's just goes whizzing past the post. Let's give it a demand more. I didn't give them a shout after the goal. I was too busy praising Mitchell, to be honest. But look at this. I mean, we were absolutely raining shots in from everywhere at the early start of this game. A second goal would be a very, very nice thing. Now, the other final, or semi-final, I should say, is, of course, the Glasgow Derby. So, or the Old Firm Derby, as it's more commonly known. Don't know what I'm thinking there. But yeah, though, who would we rather play in that? I don't really think it matters. You look at the league table, probably Rangers, but they've been just as dominant over us in recent times anyway. So I don't think it really matters. It would be nice. It would be nice to win a trophy, wouldn't it? I don't want to go back because it was the first year I think we made the final and lost to Celtic. I don't want to lose another final. I want to win something here. Uche, it's off the crossbar, and Claire, oh, he's offside. I don't. Are we going to see it again? We might see it again. I think surely Claire was at least level with Uche when he headed the ball. It's been given for the other guy, has it? Because Claire is behind Uche when he heads it. I think that's harsh, I'll be honest. I mean, he's standing in the goal frame, so maybe he is, interfering with play. Uche is not having a good day again. We saw this, was it last season or the season before, where Uche got to sort of the end of the year and just pretty much stopped playing. I'm going to say things are going well, you're capable of better, because we've dominated the game, but it's only 1-0. The two centre-backs have had a game, haven't they? Look at that. Or is it? No, it's Mitchell and O'Connor that are playing really well. Yeah, I mean, we haven't been bad, but you wouldn't necessarily accuse us of being good either, would you? More to come from you. Uche, come on, mate. Show us what you've got, mate. Show us what you've got. I am tempted, actually, to go with a DM for this second half, given how they're lining up and what the score is, but we'll stick with it for now. I mean, it's one of these, isn't it? We're essentially dominating the game, but what we can't afford to do is let them back in, because you just don't know how teams are going to react to that. Here we go with Claire. It's a good ball there for Glover. Brings it down. Can he find Uche? He lays it off for Johnson. Johnson crosses back post. It's not really to anybody. Claire back for Mitchell. Mitchell to Uche. There it is. It's headed away. And back towards goal. It's Uche. Oh, and he's stuck it in. I don't know how much he knew about it. It's another scrappy goal from Uche, but to be honest, I don't care. I'll take it. It's another assist for Glover as well. So it might have been... What has happened? It wasn't Glover that dinked the ball in the first place. I don't think it... Maybe it was. Let's have another look here. It's just another scrappy goal from Uche, but as long as they're going in, it's fine, I guess. It's Glover that's chested it down, and Uche, I don't even know, I think he looked like he was tripping, looked like he was about to face plant, and just happened to head a ball in. We'll give it some demands more, but at 2-0 against a team that is struggling like Motherwell, I'd like to think that this is essentially job done. Here we go with Jones. Good ball out there for just so much space in wide areas, isn't there? So much space. Johnson brings it forward. It's headed away for over Claire's head. Mitchell's there again. Mitchell! Oh! Was that a save? Or was it off the frame of the goal as well? It was a save. Dimitri Mitchell is just... Is England calling? He's that good right now. Here we go. Cochrane, it's unlucky, just nicked away the last second there. Here we go again from a corner, a third goal, and that would be it. Surely, oh, it's gone in from Bobby Coping. He scored 3 goals in 4 games, Bobby Coping. I don't know how much you knew about that one either. That looked as though it might have been, it says Dominguez got the assist. It looked as though it might have been Uche that nailed a header towards goal. We'll see again here on the replay, but at 3-0 that should be job done. It was Uche that nailed it towards goal. I don't really know how Dominguez has got that assist. It was a really good header from Uche, and we've just seen Bobby Coping, Johnny on the spot, or Bobby on the spot as the case may be, and knocks that home. Excellent stuff. So let's maybe now Hartford bring him on for Jones, who hasn't had a great game. He hasn't really justified the selection, to be honest. So we'll go with that. Dominguez has had a good game. Of course, we've only got into the end of this year as well, and then we sort of lose him permanently off to Real Madrid. Dominguez, not Dominguez, that was Mitchell. So we've got to enjoy Dominguez while we have him. Mitchell is looking a little bit tired. We'll leave it for now. I think against Celtic, we have looked a little bit better. I mean, we got completely outplayed against Rangers last time going at them. So we might go back to the European formation with Taylor. That's a good touch from Smith and a good save from another Smith. Smith to Smith, saved by Smith, deflected out to Smith, and it's gone behind for a corner by Smith. Yeah, too many Smiths in this game, isn't there? But yeah, so I'm thinking we might go back to that, especially away from home. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I think we've gone down to narrow defeats, especially against Celtic playing in that European formation, so we might stick with that. Now, they are actually still in the Europa League. They parachuted into that. Their quarterfinals against Tottenham, and they actually drew the away leg, the first leg of that away from home 1-1. So they're going to have that to play at midweek. We're going to have to say don't get complacent. Oh, no, well done on making the final. So there we go, we secure victory at Hampden Park. We will be back for a final, which is amazing. But yeah, Celtic, they're going to have a second leg of their European tie coming up. So I'm really hopeful that we might even catch them on a bad day. They've essentially won the league, so maybe they'll take their eyes off of that. And that will all be for next time, of course. But that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that, the double demolition of Motherwell, do make sure you hit thumbs up. And of course, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And then, of course, ring the bell if you want to know when I upload new episodes. We'll be back next time for Celtic and Aberdeen. Yeah, I mean, we could, in theory, wrap up second place in the league next episode. If Rangers drop any more points, if we find ourselves more than 9 points ahead by the end of that episode, and we are currently... what are we currently? 8 points ahead. So it is, in theory, doable, but we do really well, wouldn't we, to beat Celtic. We'll also find out who we have in the final next episode as well. But until then, guys, I've been Aussie, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.